Hey friends, Cherie here. Welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm going to bring you all along as I whip up a quick weeknight meal. I'm going to use a few things from my garden, and so I thought I'd share. I'm going to start off with these purple sweet potatoes. They are not from my garden, but they are one of my favorites, so I keep them on hand. I eat them all year long, not just in winter. So I'm going to get these tossed in a little bit of avocado oil. I'm going to sprinkle them with my homemade seasoning, and I'm going to get them in the oven to roast, convection roast at 400. Once they're in the oven, I have some potatoes that I'm going to prepare as well. So I just had a few potatoes left over in the bag. Don't want them to go to waste. And my son and my husband both love these little fingerling potatoes. So we're going to add this into the mix as well, just to get them put to use. Normally I would save these and I could grow these outdoors, you know, if it were earlier in the season, but I already have so many potatoes growing out there, I don't need any more right now. So I'm going to make sure we get them eaten and not going to waste. These are a really delicious blend of fingerling potatoes that I pick up at the supermarket. Organic potatoes. There's one color that's missing where they're purple. They were already all cooked. And I actually have a bag that I had bought earlier that had started chitting, and so I actually have them growing in grow bags outdoors. I'm looking forward to harvesting those soon. But yeah, these are if you can get these organic mixed fingerling potatoes at your supermarket, they're a great one to try to grow in your backyard. All right, to go with the potatoes, we're gonna have some chicken livers and some beef tenderloin pieces. I'm gonna get a marinade going on the beef tenderloin, and I'm going to soak the chicken livers in some buttermilk, have them in the fridge for about 10 minutes while I run out to the garden to get the greens. My son requested some cornbread, so I'm gonna throw that into the oven, and I'm gonna head out to the garden. I'm gonna take you with me so you can see the greens and the onions that I'm gonna be harvesting. All right, y'all, so we're out in the garden. I just wanna show you real quick. Some of my squash and zucchini plants are starting to set blossoms. I can't even wait to start incorporating those into the meals. But I'm down here because what I'm gonna be pulling is some of this callaloo that I don't want there. I let it drop seeds every year. I planted this once, and then all that I've harvested over the last 3 years has just been free food that I let the seeds drop, and then they're very distinctive when they grow. And so then I just pull up, you know, a bunch that I don't want, especially if it's in clumps. And I always kind of leave some to grow so that I can enjoy it. And then, yeah, I weed it out by pulling it to eat. And so I'm gonna do that with a bunch on this side that I don't want growing here. All I'm gonna do is get in here, and I'm gonna just, you know, if I wanted it to grow back, I could just cut it, but I don't, like I said, I don't want it here. So I'm just getting in there, and I'm just pulling the whole thing out by the root, and then I won't have to worry about that in this pot anymore. Now there might be some more babies that'll grow up, you know, and I'll just keep doing the same thing. I'm gonna saute the stems because at this stage in their growth, they're really nice and tender. So yeah, I'll get this all washed off. Here's some more. Here's another squash that's growing and so good, but I'm gonna get this. My cucumber back here, so I gotta be careful, and I have onions planted there. Be careful pulling that out. And there's a bunch down here, so I gotta be careful. In some areas, like I said, I already have onions growing. And then this one looks good. Get that. I'll come back down and check my onions after dinner. Make sure they have not been pulled out like that one was pulled out. And guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and harvest that because I'm gonna harvest a couple onions, even though they're small. I want them. I overplant my onions so that I can start enjoying them young, and then especially the white onions. I do have some varieties that are for storage, but these are not for storage. And then the red ones that I grow are for storage. And so yeah, I just pull them whenever I want onions, because I literally have hundreds of these white onions growing, and they're delicious young. I could come out and just cut some of the greens if I wanted. I saw another one I felt like here. I have to kind of thin them because I plant them close on purpose, and then I'll come in and thin them, use them young and tender like this, and then the ones that remain have space to get big. So I'm gonna get a couple more onions. This one here looks like it's already getting a decent size, so I'll pull that one. All the ones around it will have more space to grow. And then here's another, so this one is really big. The one that's next to it is small. So we'll pull this one. Ooh. And that smaller one will have more space to grow. And when it's, you know, time to harvest in a couple months, it should be a pretty good size onion. So this is good. I'm gonna go inside the fencing now to get some greens. I'm gonna get this all washed off. And then I'm gonna get this all washed off, take it inside to cook it up. Okay, so I'm gonna mix in this arugula with the callaloo just to have some, well, I need to eat this. And so yeah, I'm gonna cut this out. I'm gonna leave a couple that are going to seed, so these will form seeds and drop, and I'll have some more callaloo growing. Some more arugula growing. I love the aroma of fresh arugula. It smells so good. All right, so that's a nice little bundle of harvest. The onions are on the bottom, but we're gonna get these inside and start chopping them up. I'm gonna clean them off again. I did that first rinse outside. I'm gonna get them chopped up, cleaned up again, and cooked up real quick. Once the stem gets a little bit bigger, the outer skin can be a little fibrous, tough. So I just use my little grater and peel that off. And now this inner part is still really tender, almost a little juicy. You just cut them thinly on the diagonal. All right, next up I'm gonna add the onions to the pan with the arugula and the leaves of the amaranth. I have the callaloo sauteing already. So yeah, let me get these chopped up. All right, here are the onions. I'm gonna save those green tops for something that I'll do and I'll share in an upcoming video. I'm just gonna roll these up and slice them. These are the callaloo leaves. I think the technical term is called chiffonade. These leaves are so beautiful. All right, quick dinner with some fresh veggies harvested from the garden. We're gonna eat family style tonight, so I'll show you my plate.